we're hopping in. UCF Knights versus Miami.
And getting bumped on the kickoff was rival 11. Takes it over for Midas, and Midas has the first goal of the game. Only took 7 seconds for the goal.
Well, yeah, that's one way to get it going off the kickoff. Just a great bounce, and Snipes makes the wrong read. Nothing else to it, and it helps as well that Midas placing that actually to the far post from where he was made that pretty much unsavable for UCF. So bad read, not being able to make a save, and great placement. Recipe for success.
11 trying to give it way to the corner over to rival. Snipes. And Snipes' funny story from CRL Spring is he actually was the sub for this team and ended up having to be a starter.
Yep.
And so played the majority of the games of that season and was a critical component of the team on their entire run the whole way to the finals for CRL Spring. Finds himself here with Bits again. And Dirty Eagle takes point here off the backboard and well touched by Midas to at least prevent the shot. 11, he's out of boost, won't be able to make it. Bits will score.
Yeah, 11, you're absolutely right. Definitely trying to operate on a slim margin of boost here, trying to get that read. And actually, you know, if he had more boost, he makes that touch out to safety. But that goes to show, you know, it's tough to play defense when you have nothing in the tank. You got to try and make the best read you can and just go for it.
Quick tie game for the UCF Knights. Dirty Eagle, good challenge by 11 coming off the sidewall. Snipes has some space. He tried the ground to air dribble, but was challenged and it's knocked away as 11 kicks it back down the field. He has a pass over to Midas, just wide of the net, but rival is there. Nobody grabbed any of these rebounds, and it's a 2 goals, 1 goal lead.
Yeah, this is really just Bits. I mean, I don't understand why he didn't try and immediately go and cut that out. He was back on the goal line and like with plenty of time to make that read. Maybe he thought it was going to bounce straight out and the sort of bounce into the middle kind of caught him off guard a little bit. But either way, mistake from Central Florida, and the Redhawks make him pay.
Snipes tried to get physical on the orange half of the field, but the ball got cleared the other way. 11 up high off the corner of the back wall. Ended up bouncing straight down. Rivals taking another shot at the net. UCF are struggling on their own half here. They had space that time, didn't have to grab that rebound. But if the press could continue for Miami University, they might find themselves in a continually favorable position. 2 members of Miami jumping up for that, coming up with a save.
Oh, little miscommunication as well there from Central Florida on the way forward. Bits trying to win the ball. Push from Snipes, easy read, actually a big miss. Snipes across, nobody waiting for it. Sniffed out by the Redhawks, but ball back in favor of Miami. Second chance, and Midas not able to find it in between the goalposts.
Like that idea from rival. He wins the challenge on the sidewall, then immediately gets the demo, creates an opportunity for his team, but not in position to score on it. You still like what you're seeing from this Miami University team, especially on the offensive half of the field, but Snipes.
Yeah, they certainly don't look like an 88 seed, that's for sure. I'll tell you that much.
Not at all. Ooh, slipping past the defense. Dirty Eagle got absolutely obliterated on the ground. 11.
Just had a little bit of space to work with, and just a quick cut back towards the net. Dirty Eagle not thinking that he's going to be able to get to that ball that quickly and still beat him. So well done, 11.
Now up by 2 with half the game to go. It hasn't been a bad showing by Miami University. They are going to find this, Midas. But they also have had the benefit of some rebounds going their way. This is a nice kick, but 11 just couldn't get recovered in time to find a touch. But they're finding a lot of headway here against the back wall, and it's taken them some time to get back to this ball. It allows Miami University to control the boost like we're seeing. They've grabbed both blue end boosts. They've controlled midfield. They've only left 1 midfield for Dirty Eagle. And still, UCF can't really crack past the corner. Dirty Eagle will try again here. And not the best touch, a double commit. That's a big opportunity for UCF, and they squandered it.
Well, yeah, because they had the guy going for the goal line bump as well. And really, if only one of them goes for it, because oftentimes when that happens, you know, in the communication, both players are saying, I got it. So one of them, like, you both tend to at least pull off a little bit. And, you know, that means that neither of them make contact, and they might get punished here for it. Shot on target, far side, unsavable. Rival makes it 4-1.
11 gets this set up. It's Snipes. He's got to make this play. He was slow on the jump initially. He was going for the read against 11. He didn't have it. 11 hits it against the crossbar, and Snipes was the only man back, so Rival has a clean net to shoot on. So 4 goals for Miami University, and really for both of us, Chiefs a little stunned. Obviously, we haven't seen Miami University. This is our first real look at them, so shaping our opinion as we're moving on here, and they look strong here against UCF.
Absolutely. Central Florida, I mean, it was quite a treat to watch them come through and tear through everybody in that spring invitational. And nice pass across, but everybody off grabbing boosts are a little too far away. And surprising to see them have some communication issues here as well on UCF. But here's a great opportunity. Slow roller gets him back within 2, 47 seconds. Tall order, but certainly something they're capable of.
Dirty Eagle, he gets that bump, which opens up the gap. The Rival actually ended up mistouching that ball. Dirty Eagle just kind of slapped it against the corner. If Rival is able to make that touch, there's no play there. So instead, Dirty Eagle made the most of the opportunity he was given off the mistouch. He got the bump to secure a goal. There's 40 seconds left. You need 2. Midas going to make it difficult.
Oh,
that's
nice
a great
win.
challenge.
Very nice win indeed, but Bit's just going to try and steal away the corner boost, but unfortunately Snipes not able to steal away possession means a lot of time wasted. Tip across, and actually some space here for UCF all the way across, and Bits a little too close. They need this pounce off the corner. Snipes off the wall. Dirty Eagle can't go for it. He knows Rival hasn't beat. He can't take that risk. We'll have to reset, and unfortunately I think there's just not enough time on the clock here for UCF.
Well, up high for Bits. They do have to score with time left. Snipes is up. Dirty Eagle's there. If you're going to try and go all in, pull the goalie, that's the best way you could have done it.
I thought I was about to stand corrected and they were going to have a chance on kickoff, but the Red Hawks will come out. A solid performance in game 1. Honestly, it was kind of just excellent start for them, again, off that kickoff. Like 5 seconds in or something, so that really gets you in a good mindset to go out here and play a good game, and it also helps UCF. Really didn't look as clean as I was hoping they would.
I mean, 11 was everywhere. Jorby, you should have stuck with your first pick.
Look, man, I didn't know. I don't know how they're going to play.
Did I influence you this time?
It's also only game 1, to be fair.
When I was thinking about this matchup earlier, my first thought for this matchup was, okay, UCF don't have Demon anymore. And I remember the force that Demon was on the pitch. He was insane. And so losing Demon is such a big loss, but I remember thinking about that for 2 teams yesterday, and Tristan ended up being nuts as a replacement for Salty Popsicle.
But 11, I thought, played really well. His shots, even though he wasn't scoring, kicking out the rebounds, great speed. Watch out for him on the field. He was doing damage.
Game 2. But yeah, I mean, for UCF, I mean, I can only expect so much out of Dirty Eagle. You got to go with what you know on that. But after what I've seen from game 1, I like this Miami University team. I like what they've done so far. We'll see if they can continue.
So, starting off, here come the Knights. Dangerous ball, 11 just trying to make sure possession doesn't go awry. Actually got a great pass up to Midas, one of the double tap, and Bits taking it away.
Rival trying to make the play happen against Snipes. Snipes, his challenge goes back to Dirty Eagle, and a good touch to move down the pitch. Now how do they approach it? Well, Snipes actually gets the ball back, free rebound, and UCF will take that all day.
Yeah, 11 rotating back here. Looks like he might have expected that ball to be bouncing straight down, and he wanted that touch out to the midfield, and I think everybody on Miami was thinking something else was about to happen right there, but it just bounced right back out into the middle for Snipes, and he just took a shot.
We're flipped around here in game 2. It's UCF striking first. Bits. Oh, that's straight down off the ceiling. Bits, I feel, has been quiet. He's had a couple of opportunities he hasn't been able to capitalize on. I'd like to see him step up for UCF in this game. 11, light shot, Snipes. Had to be careful handling that ball in front of the box. He does his job, but then ends up passing it right into Midas, who is perfectly positioned for it. Bits, challenge against 11.
Nice. That was such a great job from 11. Initially, the fake challenge to pull the Knights to go into the dribble, and then a great angle to punch that ball across. But again, everybody on Miami not quite on the same page on the offense, because that was a great goal-scoring chance.
Ooh, Dirty Eagle ends up flipping away from the ball. Snipes up here against rival end 11. 11, the ball too high. Bits takes advantage of it, straight down towards the net, saved by rival. Picked up, and rival beats one defender. Rival demos another defender. Rival around the corner. Bits slaps it away. Midas can't handle the touch. Now coming in 11, at least slows down the counterattack, and it does buy rival some time to get back to the ball. Well handled by Miami. Miami University and Bits. We'll throw that back away downfield. So nothing ado for Miami University on the turnaround. They do kick it back down to the blue half again.
Space to work with as the Knights try and figure out how they want to approach this. Awkward touchback, but into the hands of Bits. Dirty Eagle forward. Doesn't have any help, though. And Miami just going to try and get themselves in order as they push onto the offense here.
Midas couldn't get back for the challenge for Bits.
Ooh, tough bounces here for Miami. 11's got no boost as well. They could be in a bit of trouble here if they can't find a long clear.
Midas at least clears it out for a second. But Bits, he's hunting for it off the backboard. It's a shot.
Wow, that's so lucky that Bits kicked that ball away from his teammate. I mean, he wasn't trying to or anything. He just happened to fall in the perfect trajectory. And that is a huge boon for Miami.
Another chance to move down the pitch for UCF. They've killed a ton of time off the clock, but it is only a one-goal game. Another good pass over to Bits. And Bits has made solid touch after solid touch in game 2 so far. Hasn't done much for the scoring, but he's gotten the ball through the gaps to his teammate. Snipes looking for the butt of Dirty Eagle there, maybe to try to tip that in, but too off to the side. Still, it's just good control by the Knights right now. They're not really giving up possession. They may have to now. Rival does take a shot. Bits handles it well.
Definitely does feel like UCF have definitely found their footing after a bit of an awkward-looking first game in terms of form and communication. But Midas and 11, they're going to have to figure this one out. Snipes, actually, it's going to be an awkward read, and nice job to keep it close and find the clear down into the corner. Difficult play to make.
Snipes, I feel like, has been on point for UCF.
Oh, huge block.
And a great block as well. Steals the boost on his way out. Turns around because why not? Wanted to cut the rotation there. He had Bits close by. They could have made a play out of it had he had the touch, but the miss, I mean, it doesn't matter. The confidence of which they're going with the ball right now, especially Snipes. Right now, Miami University can't get any kind of headway, and Bits will score eventually. UCF do get that coveted insurance.
Yeah, I was watching 11 rotate back, and oh so close to getting just a little bit of anything on that ball. If he had got at least a small touch on it, he would have had a second chance, but I think he might have thought he had a teammate on the line, then realized he was the only one there. Caused him to have a bit of a late reaction. But at the end of the day, it's the Knights that find themselves 2-0 up with 40 seconds. And that may be 3 perfect placement from Bits.
Absolutely, and a good carry around the corner from his teammate Snipes. Snipes just waiting for that touch to come down. He's like, I know you're not going anywhere with this ball. I mean, there was nothing he could do with that ball. He had to just try to carry it away to keep it from Snipes, but his car was turned the other way. Really, that was just going to be disastrous unless he could find a teammate to maybe clear that out, which is well done. And Miami University, it was a strong start, but it was an emphatic response by the Knights.
I mean, what's the shot differential look like? 8 shots for the Knights, 6 for Miami. So at least they've been able to get themselves over onto the offensive half of things. But it really doesn't feel like any of those have been particularly dangerous.
They had 1, maybe 2. 11's potential double tap is probably one of their closer ones. And
yeah,
that's the main one that really speaks to me.
Oh,
in
that's
game
just
2.
going to float in?
Oh, well, UCF will win regardless. And we have a tie series now. A really dominant performance each way now in the first 2 games.
It really did feel like the early part of that game, too. I felt like Miami had a few more good goal-scoring opportunities.
Yeah, that's where their shots came from.
Just a few missed, like just not able to square up the ball perfectly, make solid contact, or just missing on a connecting pass or something like that. And UCF, the communication came back together for them, and it really did look more like what I expected to see.
Yeah, and I thought they did a really good job of getting quality blocks deep in the Miami half. We saw one of them even lead to a goal, the second goal of the game, and that's such a helpful skill, being able to take a look at where the opponent is, where they're trying to hit the ball, and just block that clear out. Because if they get it by you, it starts that counterattack, and you're going to have to start playing defense. But if you can get that block, it forces people to not go for boost. It's always the main priority is defending net. So then that allows you and your team to continue to get boost and eventually wear down the defense. And we saw UCF do that near the end of the game. We'll see if they can keep it going. But UCF turning it around in game 2.
And I feel like it's been mostly Snipes that has been making those blocks happen in the offensive half. I feel like Snipes has had really one of the better performances in this matchup so far. Dirty Eagles up for this, looking for a pass down, but just a little too far out to the side. That one knocked away. And I believe we have we have a loose car on the field. Not sure what happened, but there were 4 blue cars. That's not supposed to happen.
That is crazy. How does that even work?
Who got in there? Who got in there?
Hey, actually, it's funny. Miami also has one. They've got Tusk.
Wait, Tusk? What is he doing there? That's
I just want to
crazy.
point out this was not me.
It was
That is true.
Yeah,
It wasn't
not
James. It wasn't James.
It
It
wasn't
wasn't me.
We can't blame James. We know this is his first time on CRL, and we know his tendencies, but I'm right here. James does not have access to a computer.
James is not alone. I have also committed the great caster gaffe of joining a team.
So we'll get word on.
Yeah, we'll figure out what we're
how
going to
to
do.
approach it, but for now.
I just enjoy that they're still playing.
It's great.
I know. They're like,
going
whatever.
at it.
Whatever, just go with it.
I want Miami University to feed Tusk the ball.
That would be funny.
Pass the ball to Tusk.
Imagine if both teams immediately started like trying to set up the bots.
I want it. I want it.
It's like they got to find Foamer and be like, all right, pass right. All right.
All right, come on, Tusk. You see that touch? That was a beautiful touch by Tusk. No boost either. And he was in the best car.
All right.
All right, well, we'll get that figured out. I just, as soon as I heard, I was sitting here just watching. And then as soon as you said somebody was on the field, I was like, what did I do? What happened?
It's ingrained in your
where's
brain
my
now.
controller?
That's amazing.
It was funny because I actually thought I did it too. Because I was sitting here because you were saying Snipes, so I went to go press the button to go to Snipes, and I'm
you were
sitting
on
here.
someone else.
Well,
And I'm sitting here and I'm like,
who's that?
I'm not necessarily a scientist or someone who might have the ability to truly look into this that quick, but my guess is that it was set to 4v4 with bots enabled.
yes, somehow.
That would
It's
be
quite possible.
that is my expert opinion.
That
you
is
should
possible.
appear on Sherlock. I think your deductive reasoning is quite something.
How much time do I have left,
James? You can do it.
Okay, yeah, I've got time.
You got time?
Okay.
All right, good.
Just send over the contract. We'll make it
I was
happen.
about to say, how much are you hourly?
We just finished the
You don't
script
wanna-
yesterday.
You're a consulting detective of some repute. So.
But I mean, once we get this series back going,
Who joined my server?
once we get this series back going, this is going to be a fun matchup. Just I talked about it yesterday in the Waterloo matchup, the series that seemed like they could go 5. This is another series. Right now, we're split 1-1. UCF, Miami, they both had quality games, and this is going to be a big momentum game right now for getting out ahead in the series. And I mean, what do you want to say?
Well, I was actually going to ask you to refresh my memory about what you were saying about after the end of game number 2 about what UCF was doing.
What they were doing well is reading the clear attempts that were deep in their own half. So Miami trying to get the clears deep in their own half. UCF was shutting that down, and that led to a goal for them.
Yes. Okay. So yes, he's correct because I know,
Thank you.
I had some follow-up plan, but the game started, and then I got distracted
have time
by
now. So that was the master plan of the Chiefs. The Chiefs had a great point to make.
And I was like, all right,
Sabotage
talk
the
back.
lobby.
I love
Production, put some bots in. I want to talk about this.
Well, now's your chance.
That's the long con. Let's go. Let's hear it.
But no, it's he's absolutely right because it's incredibly valuable because there's pressure that can be applied, right? And if both teams are in rotation, even if one team's starved out for boost, as long as everybody at least has a baseline available to them and can make a play on the ball, you're going to be fine on defense. But there will be a point eventually when the offense will break down. The rotation will be just off, like there will be a pass off the wall that someone won't quite be in position for, right? And so that is the one time that you have an opportunity to find a strong clear and break out.
Yeah.
And that's what you were talking about.
Yeah,
that UCF was good at making those critical blocks
Yeah,
in
because
those moments.
if you don't hit those blocks, you're in a horrible spot, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Especially if you're challenging with no boost. So if you're in a situation where the ball's high on the wall and you're going and you don't get that block to send it back in, you take yourself out of the play with no boost. You're floating down to the ground.
Yeah.
And then if the ball happens to go out into the middle and one of your teammates misses the challenge in the middle, then now you're in essentially a 3v1.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
If UCF, it is a little bit of a high risk, high reward strategy, especially if you're low boost up on the wall, but they're making it work. But keep your eye on if they miss that challenge, it can spell disaster on quick counterattacks.
Yes, do be careful. But we have remade the game.
We got it reset.
We fixed
Well
it.
done, Chiefs.
We're proud of you. But we're into the game.
Glad
Game 3.
I got to make my point.
We'll see if Miami University can bounce back. Trying to bounce it off the corner away. Dirty Eagle, that's just a pretty shot. And striking first on the Knights.
Quite a start. And that's just Rival trying to buy a few moments. And unfortunately, that ball doesn't roll. Midas wanted it to roll up the wall. And then rotating back into net, ran into his teammate. So it was just the perfect setup of disaster for Miami to allow UCF to score there.
Ooh, touch by Bits is going to give Rival a chance at this. And up high, challenged in front by Dirty Eagle. Bits couldn't get back to the ball. Snipes will take it back. Now forced to play defense against the 2v1 for Midas, but wasn't tested too terribly as that touch went out to the corner. So 11 and Rival will try to move this out, but again, Bits gonna make it tough. Snipes not gonna make it easy. Dirty Eagle, he's back and able to make the save. Now double commit by Miami University. Bits' touch, he gets back to that's beautiful recovery by Bits to find that touch. And then 11 stole it away to give it to Rival.
Yeah, Snipes actually had them beat on the counterattack, though. His takeoff was just a little off, however. And unfortunately, couldn't find a strong touch towards net, and nice play from Dirty Eagle off the wall. So well done from UCF. Really never under any severe threat, but that is an awkward ball to read, rotating in out of the midfield, having it bounce off the wall, because it's such a tough angle to look at when you're right where Midas was right there. It's tough to tell if the ball's stuck on the wall and it's rolling and it's going to continue to roll, or if it's going to bounce somewhere. Sometimes that depth perception can play a little havoc on you, and it just skips outside of his car body.
It's probably the toughest area on the pitch, in my opinion, at least to read, other than the top of the corner, where the corner and the ceiling meet.
When it's over your head, yeah. Those are two. It's a funny thing, Rocket League, and depth perception.
Yeah.
And being able to figure out clearly exactly which plane the ball is traveling on, it's something you never really think about, but you'd be surprised at how many goals it costs you and gives you.
Well, Miami University working around this blue half. They're trying to find a gap. Rival was looking for something there and backing it up. Punching it into reverse was 11. He at least made a touch, but Rival wanted that. Midas will take it away from him. He flips it around, ended up giving up possession now. Midas too far above on the challenge. And they got to be careful. That midfield, how they handle midfield, one double commit will be doom. But it's fine right now. Bits, he's got Dirty Eagle way downfield. He's got his man. Clean pass. 3 goals, a pretty play.
And you could see Miami, as soon as they saw this pass go straight across and away from him, they immediately headed back toward net. They know they were pushing too far forward right there. But damage done. Dirty Eagle, great catch, strong shot.
He's been going downfield for passes, or he's just been in that position, but he's made the most of it. That's the second time that he's taken a downfield pass and made it work. The last time, an assist off the sidewall that bounced off the corner that Snipes ended up scoring. This time, taking the pass. But well done by Dirty Eagle. He certainly isn't that fast, mechanical, gonna wow you with his solo player like Demon was, but I think he fits really nicely in this rotation with Bits and Snipes.
Definitely agree. He's a reliable player that you can count on to make the play happen. And consistency, more often than not, is an incredibly valuable thing, but Midas will capitalize on a poor touch here. Dirty Eagle wanting help from Snipes. 11 with a great challenge, and Bits was off grabbing boost in the corner. Just can't handle this power shot from Midas.
Solid placement too. Midas consistently looking for the top of that net. Pretty sure all of his goals have been in that specific area. He's just scored there consistently. Is it his 3rd goal, I believe, Midas has in this series?
It's his second, but he's got 2 assists as well.
Yeah.
He's all over. All three of them actually have a fairly even spread of the offense for the Red Hawks.
It really does feel that way too. It's not not just one or the other.
I mean, it's actually the same case for UCF as well. Beautiful chance. Midas trying to fit it under the crossbar, and pressure continuing. 11 put Snipes in an awkward position. Double tap, just missing the angle. Got too far behind it and kicked it straight across.
But a good bump on the Bits, and it gives them a chance at this ball. Dirty Eagle got in the way, made the save. Still a good chance, even when you don't have a chance at the ball. I love that. I love when it's never giving up on a play, always taking every opportunity you have to create an opening. Didn't work for them that time.
But this has been a good stint of pressure here for Miami, actually. Another great touch from Rival. 11 trying to stretch it. And that's that big block that you need to come up with to keep things up on defense for the other team. And Dirty Eagle uncontested, long, clear up the pitch.
I think if Miami University want that pressure, they aren't winning this boost battle in the blue half of the field. They've been consistently losing it. And if they can start you don't have to get both. You just got to get one on the next rotation, maybe grab a midfield boost. But it's been UCF controlling their own half, and it allows them to get those clears, to get up on those high angles.
Oh, nice touch from Bits there. Big clear there to just waste time off the clock in the final 30, because you know Miami wants to send everything as far as they can, and dangerously close. Midas almost tapping that one into his own net. But unfortunately, just not sure there's enough time on the clock here, especially Snipes threatening.
Ooh, Dirty Eagle. He came up on the challenge, pulled away probably at the last moment to control that, and he ended up taking the ball away completely and chewed the rest of the time off the clock. It was a potential counterattack opportunity for Miami University, but Dirty Eagle made such a heads-up play, pulling off that ball at the last possible second, grabbed it, and got the flick to throw it over the defender and waste more of that time off the clock.
Yeah, so UCF, they battle back. Dirty Eagle, actually a 700-point game for him, really all over the pitch.
Felt like it.
It felt like it, is absolutely right. But again, Miami, I thought they had a decent stint of offense there. It was really just none of it's like, oh my goodness, here's a real scary one for UCF. They're kind of just like, cool, nice pressure. Try again later.
Yeah.
Man,
I'm
That's
struggling
great.
today.
See, it's the CRL host curse, I'm convinced. You just can't be perfect when you're the host of CRL.
You really
It's
can't.
tough, you know, buttons are hard. And honestly, I have a history of
pressing
buttons incorrectly. So don't trust me with that. But, I mean, for UCF, they lost that first game. Now they've got back-to-back wins. What has changed for them, in your opinion, Jorby?
I really think they've just done a better job controlling the pitch. I think they've controlled the resources. I think, to Achievers' credit, Miami University has had a couple of solid opportunities, specifically in the big beginning of games. But when they start going longer and Miami University still haven't scored, they start losing the boost battle. And that eventually leads to goals scored. And they're losing to these deep passing plays by Dirty Eagle is just wreaking havoc in midfield.
Also, I feel every now and again, it feels like to me Miami just gets beat in the midfield when they really shouldn't be, or they concede a challenge that they could afford to go for because they're just not quite in position. And that, I think, is what's allowing UCF off the hook a little bit more than I would like to see.
Well, we'll see if Miami University can figure things out. Going back to the whiteboard, seeing what they have here, one challenge win.
Oh, wow. Nice job from Snipes. That's a tough ball to handle when it gets pinched like that, and you have to read the second bounce as it rolls up the wall and how it's going to come out of the corner right there. So, great command.
Oh, Dirty Eagle wrapped back around after making that first touch. The demo to give a chance for Bits. That's a good win on that challenge in center field. Now it's hit up high. I don't think I've ever referred. Shot back.
And I'm a little displeased there with Rival's approach. He had the 1v1. That ball was coming down onto his hood, and he just ripped a ball from basically the half pitch line, midfield line. And it's like, shot from that far away, any defender with half decent positioning is going to be able to make the save. Bring the ball in the 1v1. Make him think.
Snipes goes under, saw the challenge coming from Midas, and it's effectively a win for Dirty Eagle, but 11 will play it away from him. Bits pulls off the ball, needed that boost. He wins the challenge now, carrying it away. just, again, good on the control. This is just a touch to Dirty Eagle. The net's open, and he scores. UCF on the board.
And again, it's because Bits won that first challenge in the sidewall, and right there, it's the midfield line. Like, 11's in position there, but he's not in position to go for a challenge. He's going into the midfield to grab the boost, so it's just like the timing is off for Miami. They're not in position to make the challenge, and it just lets UCF out of their own half. They make the next touch, and then it's a wide open net.
Those midfield issues do continue. Miami University, it's a long game, still 3 minutes left and only 1 goal down. We've seen this team put together some solid possessions. They need another one here, but Dirty Eagle is making their life difficult. Snipes just missing it, doesn't matter. Bits cleans it up on the come around, 2-0.
Pressure, pressure. Dirty Eagle stealing the boost. Nice little chip up. Snipes pulls out the defender, and Midas, he just doesn't know Bits is there. He can't really do much. He's just following that ball on ball cam as it goes around his net, thinking someone's going to come up with a touch, and then it just ends up in open space with a free shot, and he's not ready for it. He can't do anything about it.
Another goal scored. Snipes just teeing it up for Dirty Eagle. That one bounces away. Bits on his way up to the challenge. Snipes actually got the demo in midfield. It's turned in again as we approach the halfway point. 11 has a good touch towards the box, but Bits knocks it away for now and can't get control of it. That was Rival. Had he controlled it in the corner there, he could have had a pass out to his teammate waiting there in the third for a passing play. But losing the challenge there to Snipes. Rival going fast on that ball, expecting to just race past the defense.
Oh, nice
and
play.
Demo, Dirty Eagle.
Oh,
he won't score. He took
save.
too long to get behind the ball. An incredible save, like you said.
How did Midas get not done yet, though? I don't understand how Miami pulled that ball out of the net. It was such a beautiful delay from...
Oh,
no!
Dirty Eagle.
Well, you know what? I'm totally okay that Miami scored this, because that was a miracle save. And you know what? Dirty Eagle, respect. Let him
You think that
have a
deserves
goal.
a swing goal? Yeah. Fair enough. Unfortunate, it does happen. He tried to get up. Couldn't do it now. Maybe one own goal can make the difference for Miami University. Maybe can help them reorganize the pitch in their minds. But that just slips under. Dirty Eagle able to pick up the save.
Oh, 11 was going to play that ball out of the corner. Didn't expect Rival to stay with the ball, which pulled him out of position and meant that it was just a free clear for UCF. So now they have to start back from their own half again when they actually had UCF in an awkward spot.
Snipes ends up winning that. But Bits will take this. After getting a demo, he gets another demo, looking for a
He
third.
wanted all three.
He wanted it, and it could have been a goal for Dirty Eagle. Instead, diving forward is 11. He makes a good challenge and another good touch. I thought for a second he had the angle on the shot.
That was definitely worth a sharp inhale.
Back off the backboard. This is dangerous. Dirty Eagle shot blocked by 11. He got bumped by his teammate, but Rival, the ball right to him. They still got to move down the pitch with less than a minute left.
Oh, Rival, here we go. Here's a good chance, and he sneaks it by the one defender in front of him. The second man's not in time, so 2-2. Nice beat out in the midfield, and Snipes kind of hesitating on the defense. Didn't go for it as soon as he should have to force his hand a little bit sooner, and Rival just finds a gap.
And tied up, all of a sudden, it looked like it was just going to be another victory for the UCF Knights. But Central Florida now have to find another goal, but it's 11 who finds pixel perfect placement. Beautiful shot.
And Dirty Eagle, good touch out to the corner, just takes a good hop. Rival makes a great read, and as you said, pixel perfect is right. I mean, he had anywhere on the far right side of the net and just got it all the way over there. Beautiful shooting from 11.
And now a lead for Miami University could force Game 5 for the first time here in Day 2. Rival now pulling off the ball for Snipes. Thought he had a play on it. This is dangerous. Snipes is there. Oh, Rival gets back to make the save. It's not over.
Oh, nice
Dirty
double
Eagle
tap.
double touch over to Bits. Bits far side over to Snipes. The bounce high will go the way of Miami University.
And that's one that just kind of catches you off guard. You see the first touch towards the corner, and Rival will catch him on the counterattack, probably put the game out of reach. And man, what a comeback for the Redhawks here. I mean, put one in at about 1:52 and then 3 goals in the final minute.
And Rival, I think he had a full story there on the backside. He had a poor touch, ended up giving it back to Snipes. Then he came back, made the save against Snipes when it came off the backboard, and then he moved down the pitch to score. It was a roller coaster for him alone to get that 4th goal. And the insurance will net Miami University a victory here.
So what do you think, Jorby? You know, was that one miracle save from Midas and the swing goal back the other way worth it?
I would say that it was worth it. I'm not saying that, you know, just because he made the save, he should get a goal. But I'm saying, you know, the swing goal was great.
James,
what do you think, James?
What do you think about the own goal?
I just was shocked. Bits had that shot in front of net.
Yeah, that double tap.
That was to tie it.
The double tap off the corner.
That was to tie it. Yeah, it was the ball floating across the middle, opportunity to score, and he pushed it wide.
Yeah, and then they got counterattacked.
Then they got counterattacked and scored on. We could have easily had overtime. So, you know, it was not a pretty game for the UCF Knights. They gave up some opportunities. They had the own goal. They missed their chance to tie it up. I think that that was a tough game to have going into a game 5. So, but, you know, the Knights looked like they were going to roar back, easily take this series, but that game, just some mistakes. So
it throws a big wrench in
yes.
it. Big wrench in it. So, UCF, let's see it. How do you battle back?
Game 5. Champions Field. Hit right down. He was looking for the pass. Instead, it was picked by Dirty Eagle. Tries to put it in. It's a bouncer off the crossbar. Nobody hits this ball. Snipes says, thanks for the acrobatics, but I'll take the goal.
And this is the only way to approach this as Miami. You have to be as delicate as possible. You cannot afford a mistake, and that's when you really try and get that fine finesse touch. And they just missed it.
The Knights, an early lead. Grounder pass into a hard shot. 11 picks this up. Wide touch out to the corner, prevents the boomer, and then a pinch off the sidewall. Turned into a bouncer, another whiff by Midas. Rival looking for Midas here. Good passes. Miami University trying to move down the field. UCF turn it back around onto them.
Ooh, nice touch from 11, actually. Forces Bits to kind of hit the brakes on the back wall, and that's never an easy thing to have to deal with because you're expecting to be able to play at one speed, and as soon as you have to factor in, you know, changing momentum as you decelerate on the walls, it'll be a lot more difficult to make some touches.
Well, Midas trying to flip into it. Too high off. Another pass downfield. Bits looking for this, end up turning off. He saw not much. That's a low percentage play, turning off Snipes. 11's touch gets away from him as well, but Dirty Eagle couldn't do much with it. Bits hits it away to the corner. Demo on the third man, opens up the net. Light touch, and Dirty Eagle saves the day.
That was such a great counterattack for Miami. Everything in their favor. Demoed the one guy heading to net, and just Rival didn't execute the final touch.
Snipes in midfield. Couldn't go anywhere with that one. Bits, his shot just off the crossbar. Dirty Eagle ended up going forward on that.
Oh,
he was beat on the play. Now Rival's going to make him pay for it. Roller towards the net. He ended up having a weak touch, so we have no goal, but that's a great pass on the turnaround and saved again. Bounced off the post, knocked away. Dirty Eagle up for this. He sees his teammate. He sees Bits, but it's broken up. And we're back in the blue half again.
And your heart really has to bleed for the Red Hawks. Here's another chance for Rival. Finally, on the third opportunity, gets it in between the goalposts with enough power to beat the defense. They finally tie it up.
Yeah, this time power and placement for Rival. Put both of them together. Bits can't get there in time. And he, like you said, he had a couple of opportunities before this, so that one feels good. Sometimes that mentality when you just can't find the touch on a goal, you know you have net and you miss it, those accuracy issues can get into your head. So good on Rival for riding that ship. And we have a tie game.
Snipes and Dirty Eagle, a little bit of miscommunication there. Getting in each other's way, and it actually cost UCF the ball, and now they have to play this ball awkwardly out of their own corner, and they're just gonna congeal in this one side of the pitch.
11 and Rival close to each other. Rival not expecting a hard clear. Bits gets a favorable bounce for him off the ramp, and Snipes' his pass to Bits is good. 11 can't handle this. Dirty Eagle had a chance on that challenge, but 11 got the far side of it. Now taking this, keeps it close against Bits. Wide on the side. We both following members of Miami University caught on the right side of the field. No one covering that left gap.
Yeah, and you can't really fault Rival for not being in position and taking a surprise skip off of the defender's car. Bouncing in the middle, Snipes to keep the pressure up for UCF, and not the best clear from Rival. Forces Midas to just go and rush down a touch in case UCF is there. So coming up on a minute and a half left, you know, the tension really starts to set in here in Game 5.
Giving it up. Bits. Back down onto the ground in midfield. 11 taking it back for him and harassing Snipes in net. That touch from Dirty Eagle right into Rival. The shot saved by Snipes. Dirty Eagle cutting back on his rotation in. Makes the first challenge for Snipes, but they have to pull off the play. Dirty Eagle here again. It's just back to the far side. Midas losing to Snipes. The demo in the back end's not going to matter. Coming back, does he get him again? Snipes takes him out twice. Can they get a shot on that? There's another demo. 3 demos. Can they score? No. Midas picks up the save. No shot came.
Snipes got smoke screened. He was diving at that ball and just couldn't see it as that demo went off right in front of his face.
They're looking for another opportunity, but it's not going to happen. And it can be so tough to navigate through when you're traveling at such a high speed. And a demo happens, trying to get turned around.
Oh, and Rival caught grab and boost in the midfield. Again, UCF get to let off the hook just because not quite in position are the Red Hawks. And here's Midas. Pressure, pass across. 11 actually giving up on it, expecting Bits to come up with a touch. Wins the ball back the other way. Dirty Eagles slow to get it. Here's Midas, punches it home with 10 seconds. UCF think they have way more time, and James is sitting here like, what is going on?
I mean, you said it yourself when it happened. You were expecting 11 to keep traveling in the corner. He instead plays the touch off the Bits, dares Bits to beat him, which is such a dangerous play to do in that corner there, but he does. And they have the lead. They might have the game with 5 seconds remaining. Dirty Eagle down the pitch. He's got to get back to this. He does, but it's straight out in front of the box. The shot blocked for now. Can he get there in time? Dirty Eagle pops it up. Midas is here. Tries to kill the ball. He can't. Still in front of the box. It's down. Miami University take down the UCF Knights.
Oh my goodness. That is a heartbreaker for UCF. Especially Snipes, because he had a gimme of a goal. And that smoke screen just right in his face. He couldn't cleanly strike the ball.
Would you call it a series of unfortunate events?
Yes.
But you know what, though? I loved 11 in that game. The first goal, he's getting up in people's faces. He's on the backboard. He gets that pass into the middle and gets his team the goal. That time, also huge, turning around, keeping that ball in, getting a big dunk. He did exactly what UCF was doing to them earlier, getting that key block. The ball's in the corner. It's up high. He wins that challenge. He gets his team the goal. He loses that challenge. Maybe they get counterattacked. So that was a massive win. And Jorby, how bad does it feel?
I don't feel bad.
Okay.
I don't feel bad.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Tell me why.
I have to work with the data that I'm given. And when I'm given zero data, I have to go with, well, I have this data.
You know,
so.
I can appreciate all of your excuses, Jorby.
Thank you, James. I'm chock full of them.
Yeah, we'll see what excuses Twitch chat is going to make for their predictions as well.
You know, that's understandable.
77%.
We were both on the UCF side. You had some experience with what to expect. I mean, we told you Miami's 88th seed. I can understand why you voted the way you did, Twitch chat. I know, was there too.
But there was 23% of people who got it right.
Because those 23% of people are way smarter than I am.
It's true.
Well, you know, I'll believe you if you tell me. I'll believe you.
They probably have dude with the nose in chat.
I'm trying to make friends with Twitch chat.
Collectively
I got to make
smarter.
up for him.
Yeah, it's true.
And now I got to find out if we have any lovely tweets that we'll be covering.
I like those. Do we have tweets?
We're going to find out right now.
All right.
If we have, we do. That Shaggy Matt says, "Ooh, Miami got a team in this year. We got double Maction in the CRL 19, boys."
Yeah.
Exclamation point.
double mention?
The MAC conference.
Mid-Atlantic Conference. Got it.
Is that
Got
what that's what it
Yeah,
stands
I'm
for?
pretty sure
Yeah.
it's Mid-Atlantic Conference.
The MAC.
You know, I think that's one of the really cool things about CRL is I actually even seen Leaf tweet about it yesterday. He's like, it's so cool that Waterloo or Guelph, whichever one he was talking about, has a team. It's fun to
Mid-American.
He's like, it's fun to root for a local team.
It
Like,
really is.
It's just really fun. So we see this all the time with fans of CRL. They tweeted us all the time saying like, yeah, go team mascot, whatever college they go to. It's so cool.
I mean, I'm going to be rooting for Grand Valley when they're up there, and it's a good thing that I'm up here, Jorby, because if you had to read those texts on that TV.
Well, let's
There
just see.
would be
It would be like
down,
walking
sit
down.
down,
Okay,
sit
okay.
down, okay? We don't. The last time you moved around, you knocked off audio boxes, so I am scarred from that.
Very scared.
But guys, if you want to tweet at us, just get on Twitter. If you don't have an account, it's really easy to make one. Use hashtag CRL19. Hit us up with questions or your comments, your thoughts, anything that you want to see.
Or don't.
We
Or
have
don't.
some admins and some people on the back end just scouring the net, scouring the web, looking for the best comments.
Do you have a web crawler? We have a web crawler?
We do.
Nice.
And it's a real person.
I like
They're
those.
dressed up like
like
a
web-
superhero.
okay.
WC on the front.
Yep,
Yeah.
web crawler person.
He shoots little Ethernet cables.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And also, if you haven't bought tickets yet, make sure to check it out. Tickets available, $10. What is it? CRL19 tickets. .squadup.com, I believe, is the correct website. Yes, there it is. CRL19 tickets.squadup.com.
You're a great host, James.
Thank you. Sometimes I get it right. Feels good. So
That sounds so familiar to me. Sometimes I get it right.
Sometimes I get it wrong too, and that's
Also very
never fun.
familiar
Fact.
to me.
Yeah.
But what a series that was. A 5-game series going the distance, a nail-biter, just a 1-goal game. That was the difference. So congratulations to Miami for getting the win. We're going to go to a short break. When we come back, maybe we'll have an interview with them. You'll have to stay through the break to find out. Don't go anywhere.